Hey everyone, I've got my GE whole house water filter and I'm going to go ahead and replace that and show you how I do it. But before I get into that, let me just tell you about this filter here. This is just a pleated filter. You can see my pressure tank is right here. And this is great for filtering out. I get a lot of sand. You can see it's already starting to get caught up in here. So if you have sand and rust and things like that from your well water, this is really good for it. But I've been getting some kind of a bad taste in my water. Just enough that I want to go ahead and use this. And this definitely helps with the taste. It helps filter out chlorine too. But if you do have large particles get into your filter, then this one ended up clogging up much quicker than the 3 to 6 months you would normally have before you replace it. So let me go ahead and tell you how to go ahead and get this replaced. Now this filter here, the housing, the way the handle is right now, the water is just passing, coming in here, going through the filter and back out. But if you want to turn the water off completely to the house, you're going to turn it like that. But I don't want to do that. I just want to leave the water on the house while I'm changing the filter out. So I'm going to turn this filter handle like that. And depending on how your unit is, could be different. So make sure you do that right. Now there's some pressure built up in here. So I've got a little red button right there. I'm going to use this just to catch some of the water right there. And now there's no more pressure. So now I'm good to go. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my handle that came with it. It's going to line up here, and I'm going to go ahead and take the housing off. So I went ahead and I've got it taken off. And what I always do is I'll have a 5-gallon bucket below that. So when I take it off, some of the water that's on here, we'll get into it. And then one thing that's keep in mind is there's a rubber ring on here. What you want to do is, what I do is I end up having to replace mine every few years after I've taken it off. And you want to get a little bit of silicone and rub it on here so it seats well and seals out that water. But these are very important. And this is my filter. You can see it doesn't look bad at all after a few months. So my water has been pretty clean, but certain times of the year it does get dirtier than others. And then I'm going to go ahead and install my new one. So what I've done is I've already put some silicone on here on the rubber ring. I've got it laying up there just nice and even. And then I'm going to take my new filter. I'm going to put it in here. Now the bottom of it has a hole in it. And so that's going to line up with this right here. So that way it's right in the center. And then I'm just going to put it on by hand. Not going to use my wrench yet. I'm going to screw it on there. Get it to where it's about tight. I'm going to take my wrench. I'm going to tighten it up till it's a little snug. Not too much. And then that's it. And then we're just going to turn on our water. You can see it's in there. And then what I like to do is I'm just looking for any leaks. I don't want to see any water dripping down. I do have some water that's left over from when I originally took it out, but it's all good, and my water's now, it's all filtered. It's really good. So I think you'll really enjoy this.